You wake up, and before you even get out of bed, your mind is already racing, thinking of yesterday's failures, today's endless tasks, and tomorrow's fears. You feel stuck, heavy, and unmotivated. And yet, deep down, you know you're capable of more. The Stoics believe that every single day is a battlefield, not against the world, but against yourself. And the real victory? It's not about being perfect, it's about doing your best, no matter what stands in your way. Before we dive in, take a moment to support this channel by liking the video and subscribing. It helps this community grow and keeps Stoic wisdom alive in a world that desperately needs it. Now, let's uncover Stoic secrets to do your best every single day. Number 1. Control the morning, control the day. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, knew the importance of mornings. He wrote to himself, "When you wake up unwillingly, let this thought be present. I am rising to the work of a human being." In other words, if you in the morning, you in the day. Start your day not with chaos, but with clarity. Don't rush for your phone, don't scroll endlessly. Instead, breathe, reflect, and remember, you only get this day once. Think of your morning like setting the foundation of a house. If the base is shaky, everything else will crumble. But if it's strong, even storms won't shake it. A short walk, some journaling, or a few quiet moments with your thoughts is enough. You don't need a 2-hour routine with 20 steps. Even 5 intentional minutes can shift your entire mindset. And here's where humor comes in. If your morning routine currently looks like hitting snooze 8 times, chugging coffee like it's oxygen, and running out the door half-dressed, then yes, there's room for improvement. But that's okay. Start small. Win those first minutes. Because the truth is, the way you begin your day sends a message to your mind. Either I'm in control or life controls me. And once you claim that control, you've already done better than most. Number 2, focus on what you can control. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are in our control and some are not." This is the backbone of Stoicism. Too often, we waste our best energy worrying about things we can't change. What people think, how the world sees us, or whether life is fair. The Stoic secret is to redirect all that energy toward what you can control: your actions, your effort, your attitude. Imagine you're playing chess. If you're too busy staring at your opponent's face, wondering if they like you, you'll miss the game entirely. Life is the same. The moves you make are all that matter. Focus there, and suddenly the noise fades. Of course, this is easier said than done. The next time you feel stressed, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, then why bleed your energy on it? If the answer is yes, then do what you can calmly and consistently. Nothing more, nothing less. Here's the funny part. Most of the time, we're stressed about things that don't even happen. We're like unpaid fortune tellers predicting disasters that never come. So stop running simulations in your head. Live the moment, control what you can, and let go of the rest. That's how you free yourself to do your best daily. Number 3, embrace the power of small wins. The Stoics didn't demand perfection. They demanded progress. Seneca once said, "Well-being is attained by little and little, and nevertheless is no little thing itself." Doing your best doesn't mean conquering mountains every day. Sometimes it means taking one steady step forward, no matter how small. We often paralyze ourselves by thinking we must do everything at once. Write the book, build the business, fix our lives overnight. But the Stoic approach is simpler. Just do the next thing well. If you clean your desk, focus only on cleaning it. If you study, focus only on the lesson at hand. Small wins, stacked daily, create unstoppable momentum. Think of it like lifting weights. If you try to bench press 300 pounds on day 1, you'll likely crush yourself, or at least your ego. But if you start with 20, then 40, then 60, one day you'll surprise yourself. Life works the same way. And yes, here's the humorous twist. Stop comparing your small win to someone else's big win. Just because your neighbor is out there running marathons while you're celebrating finally doing 10 push-ups doesn't mean you're failing. You're winning your own battle, and that's the only battle that matters. Number 4, accept discomfort as training. The Stoics believed in voluntary discomfort. They would practice sleeping on the floor, wearing simple clothes, or eating plain meals. Not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they knew comfort weakens the mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." This is a daily reminder. When you embrace discomfort, you become stronger. Every day, life will test you. Annoying people, unexpected problems, setbacks. Instead of resisting them, treat them as training. That rude coworker, training in patience. That traffic jam, training in calmness. That failure, training in resilience. Suddenly, everything becomes a classroom, and you are the student of life. This mindset transforms your day. Instead of being crushed by challenges, you see them as opportunities to sharpen your mind. Each obstacle becomes fuel, not a wall. Doing your best every day means showing up, even when it's hard, and realizing difficulty is not your enemy, it's your teacher. And let's be honest, most of the hardship we complain about today is laughable compared to what the Stoics faced. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, writing wisdom in his journal while fighting wars and dealing with plagues. Meanwhile, we lose our cool because our Wi-Fi lags for 10 seconds. Perspective, my friend. Number 5. Remember, death is the ultimate deadline. This is the deepest Stoic secret. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. The Stoics didn't meditate on death to be morbid, but to remind themselves to live fully. When you remember your time is limited, you stop wasting it. Procrastination loses power. Fear loses grip. Suddenly, doing your best every day isn't a choice. It's the only option. Ask yourself, if today were your last, how would you act? Would you scroll endlessly, complain, and hold grudges? Or would you give your best to the people you love, the work you do, and the life you've been given? This truth is uncomfortable, but it's liberating. You don't control how many days you get, but you control how well you live the ones you have. That's what Stoicism teaches. Live so that when death comes, it finds you busy living, not waiting. And here's a little humor to lighten the mood. Don't panic. You don't need to start writing your will after this video. Just start by living intentionally. If you do your best today, you'll fear death less tomorrow. Number 6, define your duty, not just your desire. The Stoics believed that true strength comes not from chasing what you want, but from fulfilling what you must. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of his duty as a leader, a father, and a human being. He didn't wake up every day asking, "What do I feel like doing?" He asked, "What is my role today?" This shift in mindset changes everything. Desire is slippery. Some days you feel like working hard, some days you don't. But duty doesn't wait for moods. Imagine a firefighter telling his team, "Sorry guys, I don't feel like saving lives today." Absurd, right? Yet that's how many of us treat our daily responsibilities. Stoicism reminds us that discipline beats feelings every time. Defining your duty also gives your day direction. When you know your role as a student, parent, friend, worker, you stop drifting aimlessly. You focus on what matters most, and that clarity saves you from distractions. And here's where humor sneaks in. If your current duty list includes binge watch 5 seasons on Netflix, then maybe Epictetus would like to have a word. Do your best by aligning with your real responsibilities, and suddenly, the day feels meaningful. Number 7, guard your mind like a fortress. The Stoics taught that your mind is your most valuable possession. Everything else, money, fame, even health, can be taken away. But your thoughts? They're yours. That's why Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. To do your best each day, you must protect your mind from negativity, gossip, and mental clutter. If you let every news headline, every toxic comment and every idle opinion flood in, you'll never focus long enough to build anything great. Your mind is a fortress. Don't let just anyone walk in. Guarding your mind means being selective about what you consume. Books that elevate, not empty scrolling. Conversations that challenge, not drain. Even your own self-talk must be watched, because often the biggest enemy of progress is the voice in your head saying, "You can't." And yes, here's the funny side. Some people treat their brains like a trash can. Everything goes in, no filter. But you don't put garbage in a Ferrari, do you? Unless you really hate Ferraris. Feed your mind wisely, and you'll have the strength to do your best every day. Number 8, detach from results, attach to effort. One of the most liberating Stoic lessons is this: you control the action, not the outcome. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Too often, we sabotage ourselves by obsessing over results. How many likes, how much money, how much recognition. The Stoic secret is to measure success by effort, not outcome. When you focus only on outcomes, you set yourself up for frustration. You could give your all and still lose. You could work hard and still be overlooked. But if your focus is effort, did I give my best today? Then you win no matter what. That's freedom. Think of an archer. His job is to aim, steady his hand, and release. Once the arrow leaves the bow, the wind, the distance, and countless other factors decide the rest. Obsessing over the target only makes the shot worse. The archer finds peace in perfecting the aim, not the outcome. And for humor, imagine stressing over how people react to your cooking. If you cooked with love and effort, but your friend says, "It needs more salt," that's not failure. That's just the needing salt. Your effort is what matters. Results? They'll come or they won't. Number 9, practice gratitude for the present moment. The Stoics warned against two thieves of life: regret over the past and anxiety about the future. Both steal from the only thing you truly have, the present moment. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Gratitude anchors you here now. Doing your best doesn't always mean chasing more. Sometimes it means appreciating what you already have and using it well. Look around, the body you have, the opportunities you hold, the people near you. When you're grateful, even the smallest task becomes meaningful, and that energy pushes you to give your best. Gratitude also kills excuses. When you realize that life itself is a gift, it's harder to waste it. Complaining about minor inconveniences becomes ridiculous when you remember that countless others would trade everything just to have what you already do. For humor, think about it. You complain because your coffee wasn't the perfect temperature, while Marcus Aurelius was out here writing wisdom while leading armies in freezing rain. If he could give his best then, you can handle a lukewarm latte now. Number 10, end the day with reflection, not regret. The Stoics practiced evening reflection. Seneca advised looking back at the day and asking, "What bad habit have you cured today? What fault resisted? In what respect are you better?" This practice turns every day into a lesson. When you reflect at night, you give yourself the chance to grow. You see what worked, what didn't, and what you can adjust tomorrow. Instead of going to bed with regret, you go to bed with wisdom. The day is never wasted if it's learned from. Reflection also builds self-compassion. You realize that perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. Maybe you stumbled, maybe you got distracted, maybe you didn't do everything you hoped. That's fine. The point is to notice, adjust, and show up again tomorrow. And humorously, if your reflection routine currently looks like staring at the ceiling and replaying every embarrassing thing you said in high school, then yes, there's a better way. Journaling, or even a quiet 5 minutes with your thoughts, is enough. End strong, and you'll wake up stronger. The Stoic secrets are not about grand gestures. They're about steady, daily practice, owning your mornings, focusing on control, building small wins, embracing discomfort, remembering death, defining duty, guarding your mind, detaching from results, practicing gratitude, and reflecting each night. Do this, and you won't just try harder, you'll live wiser. Because doing your best every day is not about chasing perfection. It's about showing up fully, calm, present, and resilient, no matter what life throws at you.